Hello, everyone.
Hi. Welcome back.
Well, what a week it's been.
It has been manic.
I feel shattered. God, well, I've got a fresh trim today.
It's look good.
Yeah, nice haircut. You always feel so much better when you have a haircut and you feel like a new person. You walk out, spring in your step.
Was it the same bloke?
No, it's a new person today. So you're like, oh, yeah. He said, come on next. And then someone new.
Oh, God.
But anyway.
Are they going to do it the same?
I thought, I'm quite strict with my hair, so it's all over to you, mate.
I ain't got none, so
That's alright.
I'm alright. I shave all mine off. Freshly done as well.
Don't I know it? The remnants are everywhere once you've shaved your head. I'm forever saying, Jem, wash up, wash it, put it away.
Not the washing up.
But even so, I mean, you shave your hair, you literally need to have some kind of umbrella underneath you catching it as you shave your head.
I have got one somewhere.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can use that next time, and then I'm not going to keep nagging you.
Yeah, no worries.
And this week I seem to have broken out in spots. I've always had bad skin. Over the years it's been awful, and then it cleared up, and then I have these outbreaks, and I think, well, is it stress or is it time of year? And
I think
it's always
just your skin.
probably, but it's always the best it can be in the summer with the sunshine on it. But anyway, so it's had lots of cover up this week, and
You found a good one, a good cleanser recently.
yeah, I can't remember what it's
Was
called.
that La Roche-Posay?
Yeah, or CeraVe.
Yeah.
I've been using CeraVe as well. That's a really good one. But still, I mean, you can do that and it keeps it clear, and then it just outbreak yet again. But anyhow, thank God for cover up.
Yeah. Get it hidden.
Oh, yeah, and then you walk out in summer season and go, oh, have you got makeup on? And I'm like, no.
I think I've got one right here. Can't really see it. I can see it in the video.
Oh my God. Let's get the cover up out. So anyway, so we've been looking at unis this week for our oldest.
Yeah. He's got a few on the go.
Yeah. So he's 17 and he's looking to go to uni next year. So it's the start of that season where you've got to go through the unis, ask loads of questions, and I actually get anxiety because you're sitting there and they're like, oh, any questions? I'm like, I need to say a question, but I never know what to ask and what the right one is.
I know, like, oh my God, I've got to come up with something.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, oh, we're going to talk to this person. I'm like, okay, that's fine. What are we asking? And he's like, oh, I don't know. As if I'm meant to know all the questions. But he's seen some good ones, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's a good start. And it's quite nice just to get out and, go and have a nose round and look at the accommodations and, what food's on offer. That's the best part of it.
Yeah, see how it's all changed.
Yeah, definitely. But
You said it sounded good, like all the accommodation going in and seeing like the bedrooms and the living space.
oh yeah, no, it was really good. And even like the students were there, and me, I had to ask, do you have parties? Oh yeah, level 1's the party floor. I was like, oh well, that's good. We need to get you on the party floor, I said to him. So, but I'm not sure if he's much of a party guy. It's probably more for me, really.
Yeah, he spend his time on his consoles.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's
That's been busy.
bit busy, yeah, doing that, to be honest.
Yeah, and then we've got another one. They were at a club, but they don't want to do it.
Oh.
So.
And you spend money getting them into clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do it. Okay.
And you're like, is it going to be a 5-minute wonder, or are they going to stick it out? and want to do it like forever, or will it turn out like a career?
Exactly. And no, 5-minute wonder,
Yeah.
especially with this child.
Oh my god.
Oh, so she doesn't want to do it, and then she said she does want to do it one night in the week, and it was leading up to it. Got to the night, you go in? No.
I know you don't want to force them, but then you're like, when you get there, you're going to enjoy it.
Mm. And they do, that's the thing. It's like more anxiety leading up to it, or not knowing who's going to be there and what's it going to do tonight. You know, what are we going to do tonight? And I
Yeah.
think that anxiety puts them off.
I remember being like that though, not wanting to go and then going and loving it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I was too, but I was more happy at home, to be honest, than going to clubs. But I suppose with your own children, you always try and put them into that, you know, social element of development. And yeah, go to this club, you'll love it.
Yeah.
You know, you always want to give them what you didn't have and what you didn't do, but oh well. And I've just found hairbands all up my arms from doing their hair today. So I mean, it's just I get in bed and then I find a hairband around my hands and think, oh my god. But yeah, so and then obviously start of half term this week, so now that's like added pressure of
They're
activities.
all home.
Yeah, all home, all 7 of them. What are we going to do? Activities got to be lined up, and I'm like, obviously the one at home while you're working.
Yeah.
So the pressure's on, and then I'm thinking, actually, I haven't even planned anything. I must be like the worst parent because I haven't actually pre-planned any activities. And
then there's me over here that decides to book a couple of things.
yeah, which has been amazing. You're like top dad this week with your activities you've done.
Yeah. But you took them out yesterday.
Yeah.
You took one out yesterday.
Yeah, I took one out yesterday. I've done shopping. I mean, that's right up my street.
Yeah, a bit of retail therapy.
Bit of retail therapy. I loved it, actually. Yeah, it was lovely. All 3 or 4 hours walking around, and I thought she was going to moan, but actually she loved it because it was all about her and what she wanted. And she's a sassy little thing.
What can I get?
Exactly. 8 years old, telling me what she wants to buy. Harry Potter this and Jurassic World that, and yeah, no, she loved it. And then we had something to eat, and she was happy, to be honest. She loved it.
That's good.
Yeah. What about your adventures? Because my shopping trips were not as exciting as your trip.
Oh my god, it was so good. Yeah, we went to the Jurassic World exhibition at the XL. Oh my god, like no. So I looked at the tickets and thought, oh yeah, I've booked for 9:30. No. So we get up really early, get to the XL, and I had looked at the parking ticket, not the actual ticket to get into the experience. So I had booked for 11, which was a nightmare because I thought, oh my god, we're going to have to like stand around for about an hour and a half.
You do this a lot.
Oh my god.
You say you've booked it for a time, and I'm like, no, I'm sure you said it was this. No, it was this. It says it in the email.
It did say it in the email. Just not the one that I should have been looking at. But other than that, we managed to get in at 10 o'clock, which was good when it opened.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So it's a really good experience actually. And she loved it. Yeah, you go in and you get to take a picture right at the beginning. Spoilers coming up if you haven't been. And maybe I'll keep it short. But yeah, so you take a picture at the beginning.
I mean, when you first walked in, was there dinosaurs?
No. It's more like you're taking a picture and then you're going to get on a boat that's going to take you to the island where all the dinosaurs are.
Right.
Which was amazing. So you can take your picture done, you get on a boat, and then it's all like screens around the outside, and it looking at the sea, and then you get a person going, right, we're going to the island. This is what you're going to do, and then walking around.
I think I would have felt seasick.
Someone actually did feel seasick.
Oh my god, I would have literally been like, I'm feeling a bit sick now.
Yeah, and then you get one of the little kids going, it's not actually moving. I can't feel it moving. And the mum going, it is.
Oh my
It
god.
is moving.
That would be me. I would be that mum saying that.
Oh, no, but you go in, you get to see all the dinosaurs and, you've seen them on Britain's Got Talent, I think, and programs like that on TV that you can see them walking around. So, it was really good. It was really immersive and all the songs from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. And
Oh,
you get to meet all the, like, people going around and they've got the eggs like in the films.
wow.
And, yeah. And then the shop at the end, which is where you spend all your money.
Oh my god, that's like, yeah, go through the experience,
Yeah.
get you in that bit at the end where they want the cash
Yeah.
from the parents.
Well, silly me, I'd already paid for merchandise up front.
Oh, she loved it though.
Yeah. Well, it worked out like cheaper as well to book the merchandise up front, and you get things put in bags that you can't get on the day.
Oh, it's lovely though with the goodie bags.
Yeah. Well, it was really good. You got like a teddy and a book and a notepad and a lanyard, and yeah, it was really nice. She loved it.
Wow.
Going round, I was like, I wanted to be taking pictures of me, like with the dinosaurs. I love Jurassic Park. But yeah, so it was more like a lot of selfies, and yeah, it was good.
Oh, she
Yeah.
loved it. Absolutely loved it with her t-shirt and her hat, and she
Oh my
thought she was a
God.
ranger when she got home.
She was all kitted out. Hat, t-shirt, lanyard,
Oh my god.
bottle.
And then what happens with the lanyard? She's playing as a ranger,
Oh,
and the twins come along, who are free. And what happens? Rips it off. So she's upset. The
Yeah.
lanyard's been ripped off. The 3-year-old's gone running off, all happy. She's done something to her, and oh my god. But don't worry, we've got a plan to fix it.
yeah,
Get the laminator out.
yeah.
Re-pierce the hole.
Although she did look happy earlier. The tag on the hat was like the same sort of shape.
Oh.
So I gave that to her, and she was like, "Oh my god, it looks so good."
Oh, she's going to be happy then.
Yeah,
She can carry on playing Ranger Roxy.
yeah.
Oh,
So, but that's experience one.
yeah. So what's coming up, Jem?
So on Sunday we're going to the Stranger Things experience.
Oh my god.
And I think that's in North London.
But I don't know how I keep missing out on these activities. I seem to be the babysitter while you go and have the fun.
Yeah. Well, you can go if you want.
Nice. Well, I don't mind. I do like, Stranger Things, but I mean, you're obviously going to enjoy it a lot more than me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I booked it. That's why I wanted to book it. So
Yeah.
I want to go. But yeah, so that's in North London. We're going to be driving up, so make it a lot easier. But you'll hear about that next week.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
And obviously our oldest is going to that one, and she's 11. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she's going to absolutely love it.
Yeah, and we've just, a couple of days ago, just finished all the
Is it-
series.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, isn't it Fancy Dress?
Yeah. So I have ordered something for her online to wear. So I think it's Elle's dress when she goes shopping with Max. It's like really 80s. Love it.
We're both being 80s kids.
Yeah,
That's what I think we're drawn to Stranger Things as well, with the music.
definitely. Oh my God. Music is amazing.
Yeah. And even the fashion, because when you watch it, you think, oh, actually, I think I had something like that. Or,
Yeah.
like the Converse boots and things like that. I definitely had a green and a red Converse boot
Love it.
that went together. And, things like that, when you see it in there, you think, oh my God, it brings back so many memories of being 5.
Yeah. It makes you want to go to Reflex.
Oh yeah, I love Reflex. Oh my God. Just the days of going to Reflex and partying in the 80s world. Oh, that was brilliant. I loved it.
Nanny can babysit, we'll go.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we've got to get that in the calendar, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh no, so that'd be really good. And what about your outfit?
Well, I'm going as one of the basketball guys with the basketball jackets and the cap, jeans, and what are the shoes? You just said it.
Oh, like the Converse.
Converse, yeah, high top Converse. So yeah,
That'd be brilliant.
yeah, can't wait.
I'll have to get some photos before you leave.
Definitely.
Is there like, oh, I don't know, you don't even know, do you? 'Cause you've not been yet. But is there photo opportunities when you're there? Must be.
Yeah, so I think the beginning is like an escape room, but within Hawkins Lab.
Oh my god.
And then afterwards, there's loads of photo opportunities. I don't want to give any spoilers, but you can see them online if you want. But yeah, and then you get to actually eat there afterwards as well. We've got the VIP experience booked, so you get a goodie bag and a drink and a takeaway cup. So
Oh,
yeah,
it's gonna be so good. Well, if there's a shop at the end, remember Daddy's at home with the little ones.
Yeah.
So I'll be quite happy with a little Stranger Things cup.
oh yeah, definitely.
I might even be able to use it on our next episode. Who
Oh
knows?
yeah.
Have a coffee in that. That'd be lovely.
Oh, I should have got one earlier. There was loads.
Oh, what like?
The Jurassic Park ones that are made out of stone.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How would you even wash that if it was made out of stone?
I
Would you
don't
wash
know.
it?
I didn't see the inside, but the outside was all stony and rough.
God. Wow. It'll be heavy. I mean, especially with our sink being ceramic. Can you imagine putting it in it?
Oh my god.
Chipping it. God, that'd be the next thing I'd be nagging you about.
Yeah. So speaking of experiences,
Yeah, we had a bit of a exciting experience come up this week, didn't we?
yeah,
So basically, our oldest foster son, who we were speaking about earlier, looking at unis, said, "Oh, I've had such a positive experience with you both. I'd really love to give an interview or give something back to let people know about my experience in care, because it's not always bad experiences in care like you normally hear in the news."
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll look into, speaking to social services for you, or go into the fostering network, which is obviously a network for foster carers, and we get a monthly magazine, and we can read interviews from other foster children and what's going on in the area and so forth. Anyhow, so after speaking to fostering network, I was like, funny you call us now, because we've literally just had a meeting with the BBC.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, what? Okay. And they was like, yeah, so we're planning to do a documentary, and it's going to be on foster children, their experiences. So your email has come at the right time. I was like, oh my God. Okay. And so, at that time, our foster son's sitting there going, it wasn't meant to be this big. And I was like, okay, well, this is brilliant. I was
It's
like,
so
this is great.
good.
Let's just meet them and see what they've got to say.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got a meeting next week with the BBC,
Yeah.
and hear all about what they want to do in the documentary, and take it from there, really, if he's interested. And I'm not sure if we're going to be part of it, or it's just going to be him, or it's going to be us and him. But yeah, we'll let you know more next week.
Yeah.
So that's a really exciting opportunity for him.
Yeah. Watch this space.
Watch this space. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, talking about fostering,
Yeah.
we was going to speak about how we became parents on episode 1, wasn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, do you remember thinking, like, oh, we want to be parents one day, and how are we going to do it?
Definitely. I think, thinking back, it was like, how? Like, I want to be, really want to be, and how am I going to do that? How are we going to do that together? And I think at the time, fostering seemed like
A natural sort of progression for us, because you came from a fostering family.
Yeah.
Your parents already fostered.
Yeah. And, growing up with foster children, and my parents were like childminders as well before that. So yeah, it just seemed like the right thing to do.
Definitely. Definitely. So it's quite natural as well because since we've been together and your parents obviously fostering, we was taking some of the foster children out for days out. And we thought, yeah, let's get them in the car and go Thorpe Park. They'll love
Yeah,
it.
oh my God,
Chesington,
that was so good.
going to the zoo. So
Yeah.
we was already like part of this fostering role with your mum and dad.
Yeah.
Loved it. So I think, first of all, we did look into surrogacy, but we found that was quite an expensive route for us. And obviously, at that point, when we looked into it, it was more in America.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was over here, like, at all.
Mm.
It might have been, but where we were searching online and things, we couldn't see anything. And, you know, other people had done it, but it was only in the US.
Yeah, definitely. And, I think it got to a point where it was like, well, we love being part of that fostering family and, taking the kids out and, just giving them life that maybe they've not experienced before.
Yeah.
So it was quite natural for us to choose the fostering route. And that was the way forward for us, weren't it?
Yeah.
I still remember going online, finding the forms.
Yeah, I
filling
remember
it
that
in,
as well.
And it's like that start of life, and you think, oh my God, like this is the start of it all.
Yeah.
Actually becoming foster carers ourselves.
I know.
It's not just your mum and dad.
No.
And we was under their sort of wing. We're doing it ourselves. But at the same time, we're going in it being gay guys.
Yeah. And I think that as well was like, how are they going to take that? Are we going to be okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how are the children going to be? How are the birth families going to be? And the social services.
Yeah.
How are they going to take to that? What are they going to think of us? So applying was quite nerve-wracking in itself because you had our own anxieties about what if, how's that going to play out?
Yeah.
But I mean, luckily for us, we've never experienced any backlash or,
negative
experience at all.
No. And we have been really lucky.
We have.
There might be others out there that have, and, it would be good to hear those stories.
Definitely. Yeah. And just as a reminder, if you do have any stories or any questions, you can email it2d. No, that's wrong, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's ask.
I will get used to that email.
Yeah. Ask at it2d.co.uk.
That's the one. I mean,
You'll get there.
yeah, it's been a week,
Yeah.
so I'm rushing right ahead. But
if you've got any questions,
definitely.
ask at it2d.co.uk.
Definitely. Yeah. Ask at it2d.co.uk. Yeah, I mean,
It takes two dads.
yeah, definitely takes two dads. Because if I was one dad, well, I don't think I'd get anywhere, to be honest.
No.
But yeah, I mean, definitely from our experience, it has been really positive.
Yeah.
I couldn't give you a time where we thought, was this the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Because of the backlash of being gay, same-sex parents. Never.
No.
And I think now, since we've applied to be foster carers, it is so much more open
Yeah.
to be in same-sex relationship and being two dads or being two mums, or you get single gay parents as well.
Yeah.
So I do think the world has changed, but
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Yeah, I
So
think I was going to say as well, like, you can be a single parent as well, or a single person to go into fostering as well. You don't have to be in a couple.
No, definitely not. But they are, I would say, 100% strong if they're going into fostering single.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But so going back to like the application form, I still remember applying and getting that phone call to say, oh, you've applied. We would love to meet you. Come in. And it was like an open evening, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Other foster carers.
Yeah, it was like a big hall of people and
who wanted to be foster
who
carers.
wanted to be foster carers, and then you had the social workers like at the front. I remember them sitting all there, and I can't remember. Did they give a talk?
Yeah, they gave a talk and a bit of a scare
Yeah,
talk as well, because you think, you hear some stories from it, and you could see people squirming, thinking, oh, is that for me? Is that not for me? But obviously for us, we was going in it with
we already knew.
already knowing, and you have to have an open mind when you go into it. It's not all daisies
No.
at all.
Yeah, I think you've just got to think you've got to be the advocate for the child,
Definitely
and whatever comes your way, you've got to
accept it.
Yeah, and it's like everything's a challenge, and
Yeah.
like I don't know the saying, like get it head on sort of thing, meet everything head on, and
and deal with it as it comes, kind of thing. But yeah, so I remember after that night, we come away and we was like, no, this is for us. We're not put off at all, and and then getting that phone call, and it was like, did someone come out to our house? I think someone come out. Did they come out first to our house?
Yeah, I think it was to look round at the house and like see like your ins and outs of your house basically, and whether you've got a spare bedroom and where is the spare bedroom.
Yeah, and obviously knowing how many spare bedrooms. If it's one, you could possibly have like a single child or a sibling child in 2 beds, bunk beds in 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
If you've got 2 bedrooms, they could give you 2 placements down the line. So for them, it's quite a nice way to see, the setup in your house, rather than taking on someone as a foster carer and really not knowing at that beginning part whether they're
set up for
it or not. And obviously, some people live in flats, so they haven't got outside space.
Yeah.
So it's about how you're going to fill that space with maybe like
outside activities.
Yeah, outside activities, going out and so forth.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I remember, going to the, was it
open evening?
Yeah, the open evening. Afterwards, we had an allocated social worker.
Yeah.
And then they came weekly, maybe fortnightly at some points, depends on how much
of
information
the form you filled in.
And that was to basically delve in to the whole of your
life.
Your life, basically. This is your life. Yeah. Open the red book and pour it out, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And they want to know
everything.
Everything. And as a couple, you can withstand everything that's thrown at you.
Yeah.
But like we say, some fostering placements are not all bad.
No.
So it's just being prepared and knowing that if you got a placement that was bad, you're prepared and you're a strong couple. And there are stories, what we've heard, that couples have broken up while fostering.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of your relationship and, part of your journey in life. So, if it's right for you, 100% go for it, I would say.
And sometimes the kids, like the foster kids, still stay with like one of the carers, even though one of the carers has moved out.
Yeah, and it's just, you get a fostering placement, they should never be treated differently to birth children.
No.
Ever. Whether you've got birth children still in your house or whether they've all grown up and moved out. However you brought your birth children up is exactly the same you bring a foster child up.
Yeah.
And that is how it should be every time. There's no difference at all, whether you've given birth to that child or not.
Exactly. I think the saying I like to say is like, no child is ever yours, because by the time they get to 18, it's a lot earlier these days, but
or later. I mean, you can get some kids at 30 years old still
at home.
Yeah.
But they have their own mind, they have their own life.
Yeah.
And they're not you, so they are never yours in a way. They're yours to look after.
Exactly.
Just like a foster child is.
Exactly. They're going to grow up and get in relationships or get a job. Could travel the world.
Yeah.
But
obviously, you've got like the things that need to be in place in a foster placement, like safeguarding things, and like no one's allowed in other people's bedrooms, and
It's like, you've got that family policy
yeah,
and it's annually reviewed.
yeah. Because obviously your family change and you change and something else might change within that. So
Exactly. I mean, look at us. We were fostered and then had our children.
Yeah.
As well. So that's had to play into our family policy over the years.
yeah,
But yeah, I think some people can be put off by the fact that the way the house has to be ran, it can be run in the sense of a normal family life, but at the same time, alongside that, it has to be, you've got your fire escape routes that you've spoken to the children about,
yeah.
and which, some families are sensible and they have had that conversation
I
with
know.
the
I
children.
was always like that. Where's the escape route if there's a fire?
Yeah, where I just didn't even think about that.
No.
But as foster carers, you are caring for children
Yeah.
who you have to look after 24/7.
Yeah.
And, they have to know an escape route out of the house, or they have to know the rules of the house. You can't walk around in boxers and knickers and things like that and underwear because it's inappropriate. That child could say anything to school or their birth parents and things like that, and it just would look completely wrong.
Yeah.
So you are always safeguarding yourself,
Yeah.
your children,
Mm-hmm.
your whole family. Basically, being a foster carer, it's like, you have to be like an octopus,
Yeah.
hands in everything. But yeah, I mean, can't think if there's anything else really that's different. Not that we know because we haven't had birth kids first.
No.
But whether there's
And
any
you say a
difference.
normal family, but every family's different.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Some people let kids have phones at 8 or 5, and some don't until they're at secondary school, or so everyone's different. So it's just a different family setup.
Absolutely, yeah. And the application process is quite lengthy.
Yeah, very long.
Yeah, so I would say it took us from applying about a year.
Yeah,
And that was through to panel at the end. So once you had your application process and you've delved out everything, and they want to know your upbringing, and they even want to know like exes, if they've had a significant ex-partner, they would want to speak to that ex-partner purely just for how the relationship ended, what was the relationship like when you was together.
Yeah, they're looking for like if there was domestic violence or like drink and alcohol, but even if there was, and that you've overcome something and you've come out the other side of it, that's not to say that you can't foster. Because you've overcome something, you've come out the other end.
Exactly, which is a positive experience that you could pass on to a foster child.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, was it after that then we had panel after the application?
Yeah. So you do the application process, you fill it all in, and then you go to panel.
Yeah, and skills to foster.
Yeah, so you have to do all your training as well.
So was it skills to foster, I think, wasn't it? And then panel at the end.
Yeah, once you've like completed everything.
So skills to foster was like I want to say 6 weeks, 8-week course.
Yeah.
And that was weekly on a set day with other not approved, but other foster carers who want to go through the
foster carers
to
to
the
be.
end. Yeah. And they've all had their application completed. You're at skills to foster stage, and you will literally hear stories. You'll have people coming in and talk to you, like professionals that you may work with, as well as we had foster children come in who were older, but gave us their experience of what life was like in foster care.
Yeah.
And at the end and so forth.
I mean, they say end to foster care, but it can go on and on.
Exactly. But I think two of them that come in had left foster care.
Yeah.
And was independent now.
Yeah.
So they wanted to, give you that positive experience, and we're kind of at that now with our oldest.
Yeah.
Foster child. So we've seen the full circle now,
Yeah.
really, of a placement. And so once you've completed the skills to foster,
Hmm.
then it was panel. And I think panel was quite scary.
Yeah, like a table full of like, depending on where you are, it could be so many. It could be up to 10 people. From like people on the council and other foster carers and social workers. And yeah,
Yeah, just there was a counsellor.
yeah,
But yeah, that was, and they've all been given this is your life book.
yeah,
They've all read it about a month leading up to panel,
yeah,
and then you go in there and it's like being put into the ring of lions.
yeah. It's like every single one of them has been told like you have to have at least a couple of questions for the carers to see, like, what they say, and if there's something that's in your form that you've put together with a social worker that they see isn't in there, and they would like to know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, I remember there was a foster carer on there, and she had been fostering for quite a few years. She was on fire with her questions, firing away, and why did you say this, and what's this all about? And they want to even delve even more in the information they've been given. You think, oh my god, okay, you really have to kind of have a clear head for panel.
Yeah.
But we have been to quite a few panels over our fostering career, and it's not all that bad. I think it's just the first one can be quite
just a bit daunting because you've never done it before.
Yeah, exactly. But as well, they don't know us.
Yeah.
They didn't know us, so they want more information. As a couple, it's the first time they've put faces to a name and all that text they've read in the book.
Yeah.
But that was a good day afterwards. And normally, you're told there and then.
Yeah, you go out, don't you?
You go out.
You go out after they've not sort of finished their questions, and they deliberate, and then you're called back in.
Yeah, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh my god, what are they saying about me? What did I say? Did I say it right?
You're like, oh my god, why did I say that?
You're like, wow, got time to sort of like cool yourself down a bit.
Yeah.
And then the chair of the meeting, the chair of the panel comes out. Oh, would you like to come back in? You're like, okay, what am I going back into now? Yeah. And then sit back down. They're like, well, it's good news. We'd like to approve you. And you think, oh my god, that weight come off your shoulders. Yeah. You're like, oh my god, that whole process is over a year, and some people could be more.
Yeah, I think it just depends on your background and how much you need to talk about.
Definitely. And I think even foster carers that have been foster carers before, left and come back, can have shorter application process because they have to go back through it again. But it's a shorter process just because they know you, but they need an up-to-date.
Yeah, to see what's changed.
But yeah, so that's such a relief that day when you're told yes. And then you have to literally go home and think, oh my God, now the phone needs to, be on charge, on, and just waiting for that first call for a placement. And sometimes, I mean, if they're, they've got that many children, they can be
They
waiting.
might have some lined up already.
Yeah. And you'll go home and then the phone will go and, you'll get a phone call from the placements team.
Yeah.
And they'll be the ones that say, hi, congratulations, we've got a placement here. They give you like an overview of a profile of a child. You'll never see what they look like.
No.
Or a name.
No.
And so from that profile and from the information you're given, obviously you can go away, speak to each other about it. But they do kind of like an answer that day, I would say, within a few hours of ringing you.
Yeah. It's always hard, to think about like the fit with your family and like for us, we've never really said no.
No.
But, some people have, And it's not wrong to do that. It's about what's right for you and what's right for your family.
What's right for us? That's right. And it is like you get the call and you feel excited and you think, oh my god, I got a child. Oh, it's really exciting.
Yeah.
And then you just said Jess. You're like, oh my god, what have I said Jess?
And how the nerves set in.
Yeah. What have they said? What are they going to look like? What are they going to do?
Oh my god, I need to go and get pajamas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, so when the child comes in, the child usually comes in with nothing. So it's like you need to have stuff there ready, for them to come in and not feel out of place.
Not all the foster children, though. I mean, sometimes it can have been an emergency placement.
Yeah. So sometimes, if it's a planned placement, then they'll bring a suitcase and things. Or if it's a move from another foster carer, then they'll have things. But if it's unplanned, then it's like. But even if it's not, sometimes you want to have something fresh for them.
Exactly. It's always nice, isn't it? You have a nice bubble bath or a shower and you get some fresh pyjamas on and you think, but also for them, hearing that they're going to go to this foster carer now and this is where you're going to live, that anxiety that builds up in them on that journey over, even if they're being brought by someone else, and that could be their social worker or the previous carers or police.
Yeah.
That anxiety, as much as we experience anxiety, they must experience so much anxiety because it's just they're so young as well.
Definitely, and that stays with them. Like we've had kids that are, a lot older, and they still talk about that now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
definitely.
Well, so I mean, 11 years later for us.
Yeah.
And we've never looked back.
I know. I can't believe it's 11 years.
11 years. And we've had quite a few varied placements come and go.
Definitely.
But, I mean, so, that leads us on to what's coming up next episode, Jem.
Yeah. So, tune in next week. What came next in our parenthood.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously I want to hear all about Stranger Things.
Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I'm so jealous. Because I mean, I'm going to be stuck at home, but it'll be fine. I'll enjoy a bath and it'll be lovely and quiet, hopefully, when they go to bed.
You can't even take pictures in the beginning bit, so...
I know.
So... Oh well.
I mean, how can you go and have that experience and not have pictures? Why don't they want pictures taken?
I don't know. I think it's more like, the suspense of no one knowing what the escape room looked like.
Yeah. Oh well.
Secret pictures.
You'll have to just explain and detail and describe everything to me when you get back.
Yeah. Hidden camera from Amazon. Let's try and get one.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.